Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Power Universe episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today, we got Stacy and we got Kim because we're about to go, for some reason, to Power Book 3, Season 2, Episode 7, dare I say, MILF Edition. Fuck. I think that sums up this whole fucking episode on many levels. But anyway, let's get to this bullshit. So let's start with Kim, well, what did you think of what the fuck you just got done watching?
To me, it was the worst episode, period. The only part that was okay was Kanan and Palomar having sex. Okay. And then the girl throwing the milk at her. I was like, who throws milk at someone in bed? But that was what was in her hand. So that's why she did right. But yeah, other than that, this was like terrible. Like, who cares about Symphony? When is Symphony really literally going to be gone? Like, we have seen him say he was leaving 3 times. Yes.
This season. Like, if you go to last season, that's a 4th time. like when they actually this is a 4th time that he's been like, I'm out. I can't fuck with you no more. Or she's been like, get up out of here. You can't fuck with me no more.
Just go. I'm like, at this point, just go, sir. Like, this is ridiculous. And then Cartier and
Rock
had her boobs up to the. What the choice was. I was like, I need to talk to her people. I need that bra. That is a phenomenal bra. Like, yeah. They look fantastic. I don't go the other way, but they look fantastic. So, well, that was a highlight, right? Because she looked great.
I drink the finest breast milks.
But her and Cartier's relationship is annoying, very annoying. Him being the thug, whatever, he's sophisticated thug. Why? And then the new dude, why? I'm telling y'all, this for me was a waste of my time. Right. So that's how I felt. Go ahead, Stacey. Tell them how you feel.
Again, I'm just here.
Hi, chat.
So I don't get fined. It's completely unnecessary. The only good thing about this episode is Tony Deep is dead, and hopefully I don't have to see or hear about her anymore. Like, what was the point of this? Marvin put a hit on her? Is that what we're supposed to think?
Yes.
Why?
So thank you for asking.
Yeah, because I want to know too, because I'm baffled on this one. Okay,
so when I first saw it, I'm like, why? Right? Like, this bitch is gone. She's living her best life. Why the fuck are we doing this? Right? So so we get to Raquel's age issues, and we'll get to all that because there's some stuff going on. In episode 1 of season 2, when Marvin lawyer is coming out, the reason why Marvin's lawyer is coming out because she said the informant skipped town, therefore you're free. Therefore, all you got to skip. So there should have been a warrant out for her arrest because the only reason she was a warrant because she got arrested last season and she flipped to say she would testify against Marvin. So technically, what they should have did would have been like, there's a warrant out for her arrest. If the cops find her, she's going to testify against me to save her own ass. That's what they should have flushed out because that's what was happening. But it doesn't make any damn sense because this bitch is in the fucking newspaper marrying a dentist, which means the cops should have found her pretty easily. And therefore, again, she should have been brought back in cuffs like they did to Holly when they took her back to wherever she was from. That's why he was like, she got to go. But they could have did it better. They should have did it better.
They could have said all of that like a couple of episodes ago.
She should have been murdered episode 2.
Why he was still like after her?
They didn't connect those two things. It just looked like he just was obsessed with Dee.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Yeah.
And I'm like, they didn't put those. She should have been. This should have been taken care of episode 2. You know, like, I know I'm out of jail. I'm on a clock. I got to find this bitch and put her down. And just like Tommy did to old girl, right? Like in season 1, like it's the same thing. But they didn't put that together. He just looked upset. And why was she fucking once again?
That is why she's on the show, David.
I'm like,
to me, that is all. Just to have a white girl banging guys, like, and she's skinny.
So I would say, to your point, to be consistent, fucking Italian should have walked in with Tony Deep with a mouthful of dick. That's how that scene should have went. She should have went out the way she came in, with a mouthful of penis, and fucking her husband gets shot in the head first. He is gone. She looks up. She's like, what the fuck? She turns around with nut in her face. I don't know. Then she gets shot. Done. Now you may think, David, you went too far. But let me explain. Tony Deep, when we met her, what did she do? She went dog level and sucked Marvin's dick back. Yes. Then you fast forward to what the manager said, since we finally saw him and never saw him again. She was doing blow and blowing a client, and that's how she got married. That's what he said about her in the club. That's what he told Marvin. When Marvin's like, where is she at? So I'm like, if they wanted to be consistent to character, she should have been in the kitchen cooking. I'm not saying she shouldn't have. I mean, I'm just saying, if you're gonna go that far, then do it right, and then put her down, and then be done with it. And I would have been.
What the idiot too? Like, why did they bring him back? Jeez, man.
You mean to tell me an Italian picks the one Italian that fucked up twice on a mission, not his partner, who was stable-headed and knew what to do? Like, you don't bring that dude? This is plot convenience. Since his dumb ass can get shot, and somehow he got in the car and drove to a building, and now is sitting in the bird keep like Mike Tyson, bleeding to death.
Yes.
What the
about like Mike Tyson, bro?
I was like, when I saw that bird keep, I said Mike. I mean, that's
pigeon. But well, he still hasn't.
So why? Like, what? But that, you see, it's ironic, because I said, once I went back to episode 1, I said that's the only thing that made sense of this episode. That Marvel, if they would have did it right, they should have said previously on Power. They show you that scene of, like, she skipped town, whatever, and then that gets us to where we're at right now. But yeah, it just looked like he was obsessed, and he was sour grapes or some shit, and it was like, I just got to kill this bitch, because why? I mean,
which was annoying. I was just like, I don't want to see this bitch anymore. Like, that was a waste of time that could have been done off camera.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Off camera.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then the cops are like, oh, did you know her? Well, she's dead now. And they like look at him with a side eye, and then he leaves the police station, Marvin, right? Because of course they're gonna bring him in if she's dead, because she's the CI, right? So they could have done that.
So to your point, Burke, who should do some actual police work and look into drug dealing and murder every once in a while, she should have been the one constantly fucking with Marvin, because Deep is gone. She's trying to find some new evidence. Right. She looks to your point. She looks at the newspaper, body of Tony Deep found dead, shot in the head with a penis in her mouth, and be like, hey, and be like, I was like, I'm not gonna let that one go. Her last name is Deep for no reason. Clearly, the writers were like, she sucks dick. I mean, but anyway, my point is, but to your point, did we like, Marvin, did you do? It's like, I didn't do shit, but you found out he did it off camera.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They could have done that, and then the whole scene with Burke and her twin. I could care less about this woman and her lover. Please just shoot her in the head. Just have her die. Another cop is dead. Cops died a lot in the 80s. Let's let her go. Let her go. And Burke will be miserable, and she'll go sit with her dad, retired dad. Why is Burke so obsessed with finding out who shot
Howard? But that's not even true. That's not even true. What her girlfriend said, though, and which is true, now you're investigating Howard.
True.
Now you're getting into who the fuck is he? Why is he? And this ain't your fucking business. Like, why are you going back to the 70s to figure out what he was doing? So let's get into it. So I'm sorry. So we got Rock was about to kill Symphony. That took me back to Ghost and Angie. When he found out she was a cop, remember?
Yeah, he was about to kill. Yeah.
He had that gun, and he was like,
"Yep."
He's like, "But that pussy good though." He's like, "Never mind. We'll get back to this later. We'll get back to this later." But he thought about it.
Yes.
All right, but he was like, I was like, so I thought it was that Raquel was a CI at 16 or 17. She was at 16 when they were fucking, but for paperwork wise, he said 17. Just so he would look. So I think that's probably what that was. But Burt being the great Sherlock Holmes, almost what's his name? Paternity test. Oh man.
Would be a CI at 16, 17?
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So I mean, if you're talking about white boy Rick, he was a teenage CI. Undercover, actually. He was undercover agent / CI.
15 or 16, right?
That's what I'm saying. He was 15, 16. Yeah. But anyway, KJ Beats, you get the subscriber of the year award. Please email me at Iron Panther Presents in the bank. You gave me the knowledge. I appreciate that. Kind of laid the groundwork. I appreciate that because I was like, what he said can't be true. And then it was true. And I was like, damn it. Multiple times. And then I was conflicted. We'll get to my confliction. But I was like, yeah. KJ, then I was like, nah.
STARZ. KJ works for STARZ.
You think so? Or that's what he said?
No, I'm joking. I'm just
joking. I'm about to say, because I'd be like, you will lose your damn job, bro. Because whoever remember old boy who leaked that episode of Raiden getting killed? I was like, whoever did that dumbass recorded himself, was like, look, I got this for my friend. I was like, why the fuck would you do that? Niggas. Anyway, but anyway, so she was 16, and Burt, again, Maury Povich, that's what I'm thinking. Apparently she's gonna get a job with Maury Povich after she leaves the police force, because now she's figuring out paternity and shit, and be like, she had to be 16, this bastard. That should be a crime right there. Let's just focus on that. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand why what does she gain by this guy's her partner, right? So what does she gain by by getting him in trouble for something he did many moons ago?
But again, she's not even focused on that. She's like, him fucking a teenager is completely okay with her. She's still trying to figure out who shot him. Like, in her mind, she's like, if Rock was the underage, ass / CI, then maybe she's responsible for shooting Howard. Like, which is true, actually. So, but I'm like,
in a roundabout way.
Yeah, I mean, she's not even focused on what's the crime that he did. Let's talk about the cop who was like,
right.
Oh yeah, the light skinned dude. I thought he was white for a second. I was like, wait a minute, and then I was like, okay, I see a little.
Yeah, he got some melanin. Right? So he high yellow a little bit. I was like, why are you involved in this? Like, what?
No, I think he was listening because she is like out of control for real. So I think he was maybe for Howard. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe he's gonna tell Howard.
Yeah.
Is deep in this shit,
Yeah. Anyway, SJ Smith wrote in the comments, a very long comment, that the symmetry or sad irony in this, that Raquel, 16 years old, having sex with a grown person, son, 16 years old, also having sex with a grown person.
Right.
Then later on, which they don't connect to the story well, then he has no problem getting his dick sucked in front of Sean and being like, hey, you need to get some of this. Two
different people, right? We know Kanan is the Kanan we know from Power is a hardened, angry Kanan, right? Yeah. This Kanan hasn't gotten there yet.
But maybe having sex with a grown ass woman has, kind of warped his sense of what sex means and that kind of stuff. It's not connected anyway, because then Sean also gets with an older woman, but he's 20. I mean, he's 20. Right. I mean, it's not the same thing. So, right. But it's still an older woman.
And then she seduced him first.
And she grew up with him.
She grew me.
And her husband is her uncle.
So that's, grooming. So that's even worse, perhaps.
Right.
But then also, S.J. Smith reminded me that somewhere in book 1, Kanan said the best sex he ever had was with an underage girl. And I can remember him saying that. I just can't remember the context. I want to say it was with Tariq when he got that girl to fuck Tariq.
Mm-hmm. The cousin. Right? Yeah, the cousin. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I think it's somewhere in that conversation. I can't imagine him saying that with Sean. I feel like he said that to Tariq or in that environment when he was like, have you had some yet? He's like, no. And, so like, it could be connected to that. I mean, to me, I think. But so let's see. So the police don't notice the cocaine on Tony's drawer. I mean, that doesn't. Yeah, but I mean, she's still shot. Like that doesn't help you figure out who killed her or why she's dead. I mean, she got shot 3 times. I mean, Marco.
But still, when you do drugs, I mean, you have that element around you, or you go to that element, right? So that makes that suspicious. The cops should be like, it's a little suspicious.
The bullets are suspicious. I mean, her getting
The
shot.
dead mafia man on the floor is suspicious.
Extremely suspicious, that one, right?
And they're both gonna be like, who is this dude? Like, I don't know. Wait a minute. He was in jail a couple of weeks ago in fucking New York City. And
he's a racist.
I was like, well, that's a different one. No, that one left. So he's gonna be chased. Marco's death will be blamed on Marvin because Unique is going to tell Sal about it. So we see in the preview it's not necessarily that, because Unique is actually helping Sal find the other guy. Like it's almost like he's like, I ain't got nothing to do with this. Like, your son is dead, but he was with that dumbass, and like it's like they're all trying to find that dude and kill him.
Oh, okay.
And what the preview was that if he talks, he's gonna connect this back to fucking Marvin. So like he's highly motivated to kill this dude. The name Michelle is a direct reference to Tony and Sam from the show Who's the Boss in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, okay. I remember that show.
I was like, I didn't get that.
Yeah, it was Tony Danza and Samantha was his daughter. It was Alyssa Milano. Yeah.
Howard's going to kill Bert because she's gotten too close. She's turned into Greg.
She is Greg.
She's Greg.
She is Greg.
And I'll say Professor Deadfucker. What's his name?
What is happening right now?
The one Tariq killed. Jabari.
Yep.
She's more him. She's more him because he started following Tariq and getting into shit that was none of his business. Mm-hmm. And that got him shot. Yeah. So like he's more Professor Jabari, I would say, because ultimately it was a dirty DA that killed Greg. It wasn't. I told you
what, and I know this will sound weird. I cannot get his death out of my head. Every time, seriously, like when I think it was when he shot him and his body went like that.
Yeah.
That really got into my brain. And every time someone says Greg, I see it. I don't know why, but that death, what that actor did with his body, just
Greg's death. Greg, he was on the thing and he was like,
and it went boom, and I was like, oh my god, like something about that was, yeah.
I thought you meant Jabari's death because that shit was hilarious.
Jabari needed to.
He's like, no, man, no. I'm getting that was the most baller scene I've ever seen Tariq do. When he was like, you think I'm a kid in a bad situation? I am the bad situation. I was like, oh shit. I'm like, he's Heisenberg. I'm like, he's like, I'm the one who knocks, bitch. And he like shot that dude. I was like, there you go, Tariq.
That's when Michael Rainey Jr. let everybody know that he can run his own show. Like he is the star.
Yeah. He can hold his own next.
He can hold his own.
There you go.
Have y'all heard the rumor that they're trying to get 50 Cent to do a show kind of like Tariq's show, but for Diana? No, that young lady.
Diana.
For Diana. I'm like, she's beautiful.
Wow.
But she cannot, that actress cannot.
You better off with Effie or something.
Yeah, Effie would kill
Effie,
that shit.
Absolutely.
Effie would kill that shit.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Effie and Braden together, I think.
If they can work their shit out, that would be the team. They should both team up, kill Tariq, and be like, we're the real brains and muscle of this operation.
Damn, kill Tariq.
I was like, yeah, because he's a liability. There's too much shit connected to him. I was like, you gotta go, bro.
He's on camera. He's on camera right now.
I was like,
apartment complex.
Damn it. I was like, we know you did it. Anyway, I told you you did KKJBs. We're gonna get to the graduate situation later. I want to work through some more substantive issues before we get to the fucking. What are the predictions for the can't shoot for shit races? What? Oh, now you killed the Don's son. Yeah, I mean, no, he's dead as fuck. I mean, he's talking about the henchman. No, he's not living past next episode.
Oh no. Yeah. Even if they find him and he's like, they're gonna kill him, they're gonna make him suffer too. Yeah.
I mean, he should have bled out by now. Also, I mean, I think in real life.
Yeah.
Howard, we got that. So how? For what purpose? If Marvin gave a shit about anyone other than himself, he would have gotten Nicole's mother killed because she poses a threat to Jukebox. Than Tony did to him. Oh, I get it. So, I mean, she's a lot of mouth. I mean, also, I want to talk about greatness. That scene with the father at the gravesite was awesome.
That was a good scene. That was a good scene. Because you finally saw, like, the father. We always knew the father was like, I know my daughter does drugs, and I know she's gay, but I love her anyway, and I'm going to support her. Right? The mother is the one who's in denial, right? So I'm glad that they finally just flushed it out, that we know that it's the father, knew everything, and the mother is like trying to make this girl into some type of princess that she's not. Because to be honest with you, when Laverne was about to say to him how she got the drugs, I was like, don't do that, because literally it's not Jukebox's fault. She did not make Nicole take that out of her bag. Nicole did it on her own. So if you taint the the memories and stuff and tell him, he may turn on you. You know what I mean? So she shouldn't say that. I hope she does. I hope that stays a secret.
And her dropping off the videotape, I thought was sweet. Like, to be like,
absolutely.
I was like, it was plot convenience, but it was real beautiful. Like, they're like,
because it was the last time that she looked happy, right?
Yes.
Smiling and happy. So I would have wanted that tape too. It's the last time this child was happy. So.
But that's her last. That's also what's up, Stacey? I see. What's going on?
I don't care about Nicole. Kind of like, she's dead. Let's move on. Like, what is the point of keep bringing her family into this?
Yeah, that's true too, Stacey. That's true. That is true. It's a lovely scene, but it's an unnecessary scene, right?
It's necessary.
Yeah.
But where's the drug dealing?
So we've established that this is a family show.
Oh wait, no, they had a little bit with the Spanish guy.
So we'll get to that. I will get to that because there's a lot of issue. But I think this was them closing out this storyline though. To be like again, father's accepted it, whatever.
But why is what's his name going to talk to the dad?
Because he's trying to get dirt on Burke. He's trying to get Burke out the way. Because after Raquel told him that Burke is looking into him, he's trying to look into her. Because she.
But what does she have to do with the thing?
She was the one that got Jukebox out from breaking into their house. She's the one that called and pulled the favor for Jukebox. Yeah. We're just gonna get back to Raquel's family anyway in that sense, but that's how that happened. When Jukebox broke in the house.
And she found out, she went into the system, which you're not supposed to do, and she got the information from Jukebox's mom.
Yeah, but I mean, she Stacey asked why was she talking to Nicole's dad? Like, I mean, like, you don't know anything about that. So I'm saying, so like that was the connection with Nicole's dad. I'm with you, Stacey. I don't care about Nicole. I mean, true. Also, just the attention to detail. Season 1, they showed the month and date of her actual death, which was July 1991. This time they changed it to 1991, so you don't start getting into time frames to be like, what's going on right now? But I went back to season 1 to be like, so if it's July, then July, August, September, October. It's around October right now. That's what, because I was wondering why Kanan was talking about school when he was talking to his new daddy that's about to get killed, and he was like, hey daddy, my grades aren't that good. I'm trying to do better. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about grades?
When has he go to school?
Exactly. But let's not word.
Maybe it's off.
Well, we did get an episode without famous, so I guess there's that.
So with that, we will get into the Dustin Hoffman situation. Okay. Because Palomar seducing Kanan and giving it to him not once, not twice, but 3 times, all off camera. This is where famous would have been relevant, because this is where a young man would have ran to his best friend who lives in the building, which is the reason why he met said mother, and be like, I fucked my girlfriend's mom.
When did they become girlfriend and boyfriend?
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't. remember that either. But
it didn't happen. That's why you don't remember it. Because even Terry was like, David, when were they a couple? I was like, they weren't a couple. They did a shotgun of weed one time. Not once do you see her. Not once do you hear about her. Not with Famous. Hey, bro, how's it going? When Famous is talking about all the hoes he's getting in his apartment that Kanan paid for. How's your girlfriend, Connie? How is that going? How's her mama? None of that. When they come for the knives, hey, girlfriend, how's it going? Hey, boy, none of that. She's like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, pretty much. She was annoyed, actually.
So now we are in this is a porno. This is 100% a porno. This is the classic. There's a whole website for this shit. I am fucking my daughter's boyfriend. That is.
Oh yeah. Well, I told you I saw it on YouTube.
I'm like
a couple of months ago, and the daughter was taping the mom and the boyfriend in her bed.
I'm saying, but I'm like this, and the porn does it better because they established the relationship between girlfriend and boyfriend before mom gets involved. Like you actually see the scene where he's like, hey, ma'am, I'm coming over to pick up daughter so-and-so. And he's like, hi, Bob, how are you? And then that turns into fuck. They didn't even do that. She was just like titties. And then she left the family business for this.
I told you, I don't think so. I think Palomar is going to die early. I do not think that she's going to stay on this show.
Oh, no, she's dead as fuck. That's fact.
Absolutely.
I never said otherwise.
She dead on 2 shows now?
Oh, yes. Sasha is getting murdered twice. This is where she gets stabbed 40 times. This is how she gets stabbed 40 times.
Sasha's
by her daughter. Dead.
I was like, what? No. So I love the milk scene. I love the milk scene because that took it to that Empire level where it's like, I gotta go.
Level, yes.
And ratchet level, and he's like, I gotta go. And she's like, no, we gotta be fucking. And he said, you know what? You're right. Like, why am I passing this up?
Exactly. Like, he's a young dude. Like he's got this older woman who wants to bang him. Forget her. Let her run away and cry.
You step up. Now, okay. Now this is where y'all should be pointing the finger at me and be like, David, aren't you the one who constantly bring? Yes, I do. It's not okay. Like he is 16 years old. She is at least 30, probably like somewhere around there. I'm saying, but I acknowledge real that this is not like Denzel watched this movie, Antoine Fisher, where he was like, he was molested, like he had to eat old girl. Like this is not that situation, right?
No.
This is a young man who's like, thank you, Lord, for blessing me with this situation, and I shall partake. And every straight man would have been like, yeah, like I'm not, you had me at.
But it doesn't mean that it's still not molestation.
And I see your point, but I'm saying there's a difference. Like, for example, so if they would have showed Raquel, 16-year-old Raquel, I love an older man. I love an older man, whatever. Like, if she was like, hey, that's my dude, and I'm getting that dude, I would be less like, oh my God, like this is some R. Kelly shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, to be like, because like at some point but it's not okay, but you at least gotta acknowledge to be like, the actor is actually 21, so there's no actual bad stuff going on.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Can we just chalk this up to when it happens to a boy, it's molestation. When it happens to a girl, it's molestation. Yes. Just because it's a boy, and this is what as a man thinks is cool, does not change the fact that he's being molested by an older woman.
Yes.
And the same thing with Rock. Yes. She was molested by an older man.
Yes.
So let's just call it that. Neither one of these cases is a good case. They are both equally disgusting.
Yes.
Because if this would have happened to my son, I would have tried to kill her. Absolutely.
And also, so that goes to the other question. When Connie shows up to reveal said relationship, how the fuck does she know where Kanan lives and who Kanan's mom is?
I have no idea about that.
Exactly.
And she's come to family dinner off camera.
It don't make any. It does. You know who hasn't come to family dinner? Kenya. Because this goes into why is it Kenya doesn't know where her daughter lives? Why doesn't she know that her daughter dresses like a boy? Why doesn't she know that her daughter is gay or who you're dating, baby? Oh, nobody right now. None of
Well,
this
you saw the
come up.
wink when she gave the church boy her phone number.
That was a wink. So even that's also wrong too, because as a teenage mother, as she was, to the point that she left her daughter with a crackhead, she should be given the speech of, you ain't fuck, like, hey, I know what happens when young girls get with young boys.
But you've always got to remember that people who are in the church think that if that boy is a church boy, he's not going to do anything. He's not thinking about doing anything to Laverne that's sexual because he's in the church, which is total BS. But this is why she's okay with Laverne being with the boy.
I would submit that if they would have did it better, she would have been okay because he's a boy. Because by now she would have known that her daughter's gay, and she's like,
true.
I would rather he be fucked by a boy than licking down a woman. Like, you know what I'm saying?
When that happens, when the mother finally finds out, that's when we're gonna see the turning point of who Jukebox becomes.
True. I mean, but I'm saying, but that since this is a family drama, I accept that now at this point. They didn't do a good job of fleshing out this family drama. Because by now that should be the conversation. Like, did she just take her to Bible study and it happened to be about sexual preferences, or is this part of her effort to pray the gay out of her? Like, these are two different things, and they should have been established by now.
Right.
So I could be
they're dragging it out. Obviously, we know they're dragging it out for some reason. I don't know. Not to say that I don't like LaToya Luckett, but if she says daughter one more time, Jesus, stop it. Like, yes, we do say daughter like that. We do, but her daughter is like daughter. It's like,
it's not as good as Dre though. Dre did it. It. I was like, heaven. Anyway, I think I loved it. I'm sorry. When they first met, Kareen asked him if he had a girlfriend. He said he was single. So she was like, she said not anymore. I wouldn't call that a relationship. Let's not do that. Like, that's not a relationship. I mean, she may be claiming him, but that was one scene. And even then, again, Famous, his best friend, don't ask how a relationship is going. You don't see him come up for Sunday dinner. There's
no like sex scene, I'm saying, but you know how to recast his sex.
No, yeah, I get you. Like right? Kanan did last season.
Right.
With the condom.
Yes.
Also, thank you. Thanks for reminding me. Season finale, Palomar and Kareen both pregnant. That's what I need right now. I need them both pregnant.
You need a Jerry Springer episode.
I need them both pregnant, and Raquel is like, both of these bitches are going into the project walls. Let me tell you what is not happening to myself. Like, I need to be like, bop, bop. She's like, I will do it myself. Don't even worry about it, baby.
Wow.
Dead. Like, that's what I need right now. So I've been saying for the longest time, I really don't think Lulu is dying this season. His clock is ticking. It may not be. I'll give you. It may not be. Let's talk about this dumbass. So again, another unnecessary. What the fuck am I watching?
Yes.
So
absolutely.
Right, Aaliyah is now like, I need the dick. Like whether we're working in the studio or you just got beat up by two fake ass Jamaicans, I need this dick. I'm like, I just got accosted. Like, after they saw you, like, she's like, are we gonna finish? I'm like, come on, do better.
Did the dead body turn her on? Like,
she was like,
what is this shit?
She was like, where's that chicken?
Finish. What the fuck? Get it. If he would have smushed her, I would have been happy. Like,
I mean, come on. Like, you know what? Again, that's what mouths are for. She's been like, you know what, girl, just take care of this while I mix your new album. And then there you go. Like, I would have been like, all right, because somehow she's a nympho all of a sudden. Like, stop it.
So who thinks that Cartier is going to be the one? Either Lulu's going to kill Cartier or Cartier is going to kill
Lulu.
Yeah.
I think I want to believe that Cartier was the reason that the Jamaicans came for him. Because you remember, Raquel was like, I need you to take the business and push Lulu out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Cartier knows the Jamaicans, calls in the favor. So I need you to ask for the money. And now magically, Cartier is financially invested into the company. I would like
to know that Town is no longer with us.
So that's the other issue. The fact, I believe he actually doesn't know that it was actually Lulu that suggested it, but that means that Aaliyah didn't tell him, which says something.
Right. She didn't tell him. I don't think anybody knows he's not dead.
So that I was wondering about that, because he was like, well, if Crown is done dancing, which he's never danced, I don't know what the fuck that even meant, but if he's done dancing, then I want some of his money. So he's basing all this on what Lou said. So that means, old girl, Zisa, has not said shit, which is interesting. But she needs to be murdered. This whole Empire scene of her singing this bullshit hip hop song and he's in the studio.
That song was terrible. I don't care who thinks it was good. That was a terrible song.
That shit was garbage, man.
I was like, what are they doing?
What are these lyrics, bro? Like
this is a 50 Cent is a famous all over the world rapper, and you mean to tell me that they can't get someone to produce a song?
I submit to you the Power Book 4 theme song, and we'll just,
that is true.
And book 3. And book 3. Book 3 is kind of weak, right? BMF is
actually I do like this one. I like this theme song. I do. But
BMF is better though.
And I like the first one.
BMF is better though.
BMF is that's
BMF is much better. Absolutely. But Force, oh my God, Force is horrible.
I was like,
remember when you tore up Trey songs in for the book 1?
Yo,
that was terrible. That was terrible.
Like, yeah.
So anyway, what were you thinking?
I don't know. This is how you know. Again, 50 should have committed to the Empire model of being like, write real hit bangers, put them in the episode, and then sell them. Right? Like Empire made the model. They set the standard for that. I mean, that soundtrack was platinum while the show was top. I mean, I'm like, money.
I got a couple of. Yeah.
Season 1, every episode. If Jamal was on it, I got it. Like if and the old boy was rapping, I was like, Shazam. I was like, let me get that shit right there.
Yeah.
I was like, money. Always money. I was like, anyway, I digress. Let's see. I think she told Cartier that's why she wanted to keep having sex, because she was unbothered. She knew it was a setup. I see your point, but she wanted to keep on fucking after he was worried about the radio. I think they just want to say that once she started getting it, she wanted to keep on getting it. But I see your point. This seemed kind of weird that she was not fazed by the whole Jamaican shit. That fake ass Jamaican shit.
I have a question. What did Lulu do with that money that he stole from Rock?
Exactly.
That didn't make any sense to me. Like, who? I thought he was getting the money to pay off the Jamaicans.
Me too.
But no, he was like, with the money, they never even talked about it again.
I bet you it happened off camera. Dare I say it? I bet you it happened. Also, but let's back it up. How is it that Lou didn't even know that fucking Famous was in with the Jamaicans at this point? He's been working. How did Lulu not know that? He's been in business with him for months. Like, the reason
that don't mean you know everything your partner's doing.
At some point, these Jamaicans would have came for their last payment. I can't believe this is the first time they've been like, "Oh, Famous is late on."
Maybe Crown used to go to them. Maybe Crown used to go to them.
Exactly.
And because he didn't go this last time to make his payment, they were like, "We're coming to you."
But also remember, that's how Lulu got involved in the business anyway, because Crown couldn't pay his bills.
Sure.
And he had to sell the mixer because he couldn't pay his bills.
Right.
So this doesn't make any sense. Like the Jamaicans would have showed up before now. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe, but I think Crown owes more than just the Jamaicans. I think Crown owes a lot of people, not just the Jamaicans.
But it just seemed hard.
He might even owe Cartier or whatever.
Cartier. So
and he's not saying anything.
Let's go to that. How does Lulu think that he's going to convince Cartier that he can pay him back when he couldn't even pay the Jamaicans? Like, if you're coming to me, that means you don't have the money. So this whole, you can put bank that on my word that I'm gonna pay you. You can't even pay them.
And so then Rock is saying that she owns the record label. So I'm confused. Like, okay, wait a minute. So who owns the goddamn record label? Because Lulu is like, it's mine. Cartier's like, I want like half of what Crown had. And then Rock is.
But this is all on a handshake. Where's the actual contract that says who owns what?
That's the ghetto handshake. That's the ghetto contract. It's a handshake.
But Raquel, Rock's ownership comes from the fact that Lou's money is her money.
That's true.
Also, let's not forget that in season 1, she had a hair business that we never saw. But she had a hair business. So what happened to that?
Well, she said it to the real estate person that she got a record label, and that's where her paperwork is coming from. She said nothing about the beauty salon that supposedly she had last season.
And then what about the fact we've all said it? She should have bought the fucking bodega. So she's still not cleaning money. She's still not cleaning money.
Yep. And still housing money for rats to eat.
I mean, what also, so I want to get into Juliana's complete makeover. I couldn't even believe that was her.
You know what, to be honest with you, I didn't know that was her. I thought that was a completely different woman.
Me too.
I thought it was his girlfriend.
Me too.
And so I looked and I did. And then I rewound it and I was like, what?
Who the fuck is that? I was like, this.
So you can't be all glammed up in a bodega.
You have never seen her glammed up in anything.
Ever.
And why is she glammed up?
I've seen people dressed up in a bodega. I mean,
that work there?
Yes. Like, especially if it's
like a Latin woman?
Yes. Latin women, they have their hair and their bouffants and they have the makeup on, they got their boobs out. Yes. Puerto Rican women they get their shit together.
Yeah, so I mean, you see the little girls in little princess dresses. What they push around. Oh, anyway.
Quinceañera.
I was like, I digress. My point is though, you looking way too good sitting next to your cousin. Like that's my problem.
Wasn't that weird? I thought that was problem. Weird. That's why I thought it was his girlfriend.
Because I'm like, you would have to be because you looking quite fuckable next to your cousin for some reason. And then she drinking the wine like all of a sudden she part of the business now. Like she
they kissing cousins.
Oh no. I'm pretty sure that's legit. But it was weird for her to be like, yes, cousin. She don't need to be working with Unique. I don't like that. My cousin said you don't need to be working with Unique, so I just do whatever she say. Like since the fuck when, like. As Raquel had to slightly point out, bitch, I'm the one that had to kill your abusive husband. So what you're not going to do is turn on me. Which again, your cousin didn't do anything about because she was that ass whooped on a regular basis.
Oh yeah, because they believe in whipping their women's asses, I'll tell you.
Like, and then hold up to your point. This is our first time seeing the connect in 7 episodes. And he still has not been like, go pick up your pickup. Like,
no,
we got a couple of keys in the back.
Off camera.
Yes.
Stop it. It wasn't even mentioned. To your point of it wasn't even mentioned. Hey,
no, they didn't even. What drug talk? What are we talking about? We're not talking about drugs.
I was like, then the Jamaicans are following you. The Jamaicans are following you. Nobody goes, who the fuck is that dude right there?
I was wondering why he was staring, and I thought it was Juliana's, maybe her little side piece or whatever. But didn't make any sense.
I was like, who
you having a drug meeting and some guy's ear hustling in your meeting? You're not gonna say nothing?
Excuse me. I correct myself. That was not the Jamaican. That is the black dude that's working for the. Who is that black dude? We seen him in something.
I don't know.
The new, you know what I'm talking about? The new guy that got his ass whipped by Cartier. We've seen him in something.
I don't
remember.
Anyway,
I thought he was Merlin.
Huh?
I don't know.
I know, but like he just slicked his hair back. So he.
Him. No, you know what he's in? Harlem. What is it?
Godfather of Harlem.
Godfather of Harlem. That's what he was in.
He is.
Yes.
So I was like, he's in Godfather.
That's what he was
right.
In. Yes.
So.
I don't even remember. I thought, wasn't he one of the people that died? Like he got shot. Remember that
a lot of people got shot on that show.
When they turned on him, and he had to kill everybody in the room.
Yes, he was one of the people that got killed.
And apparently he's on Greenleaf.
Yes, he was. He was on Greenleaf. Yep, you're right.
Tremont Stinson is his character name.
He was on Greenleaf.
He's black.
Yeah, he's black. He was on Greenleaf. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that name is black.
What I'm saying is his character name. So his character name is Tremont Stinson. So this is my problem with this. So Raquel is sitting there with Cartier in the eating caviar, right? Mm-hmm. And at this moment, to me, I'm like, is she really playing this little girl, Big Daddy, teach me the game stuff? Like, cause like he's like, baby, I showed you art, I showed you caviar. Let me show you this dick. Like I thought that was coming. I thought something he was gonna be like penis time, but the season ain't over yet. So then I was like, so then old boy comes up, right? And he's like, oh, that's my dealer. she easily manipulates Cartier into whooping this man's ass, right? Like that didn't take a lot of effort.
hard.
It's not. It's really not.
So my question is, how the fuck does she think that she's gonna go behind this man's back, take over his dealer, and he is not gonna find out and fuck her up over it? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, she's not making good decisions.
She's gonna kill. Well, we know that Rock doesn't make good decisions, but she's gonna end up almost being killed by Cartier, and she's gonna have to kill him.
Like, it has to be, because like you cannot think that this is a good idea. Now, if she says, oh, you're moving in DC or you're moving in Baltimore, she's like, maybe I send a couple of guys down there. She can't even handle New Jersey.
Right.
She's getting her ass handed to her by Unique and the Italians. And now she's thinking she's going to move down to DC? You haven't even figured out how to clean your money, girl. Damn it.
He's not a good drug dealer.
Damn it. But you look good as fuck, though. I mean, she fine.
Oh, yeah. She was beautiful. She's a beautiful woman. I mean, I didn't fully appreciate. Is gorgeous, but her character is dumb as fuck. She's just stupid.
And most of her clothes are bad as shit, to be honest. Like this episode, when you talk with where she looked in that scene, I was like, she is gorgeous. Like she's beautiful. I was like, she's a beautiful most of the time woman. She got them big ass glasses and 90s shit, and I'm just like, it's too much. But this time I was like, all right, so modeling should be where you need
globes were.
I know.
It was the package. It was the package. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I was like, once you pointed out the globes, I was like, yes. I mean, these are nice. I mean, I see what you're saying. But I was like, overall, I was just like, all right. But again, Lulu coming to Cartier for money. This does connect to what Rock wants anyway. So is Cartier doing it not just for him, but also for Rock's purposes of, again, taking over the business and pushing Lulu out? Like, right. Is he sure trying to help out? I don't know.
And Lulu, we know Lulu's gonna die, but who's gonna kill Lulu? Is it gonna be Rock or is it gonna be Cartier?
I feel Cartier. I feel Cartier because Lulu ain't gonna make. I feel it could be Cartier. He played Bishop Hanks.
Hanks. Yes.
Okay, so that makes sense. He was the gangster on there too. He was in Tyler Perry's House of Pain and American Soul. Oh, so he has a quite long career.
He's been in a lot of stuff. Yeah, he's always that light-skinned dude. You know?
Yeah, he
is.
He's that goes through light-skinned privilege. Whoa, yes. The stereotype. Could you specify which stereotype? Because there's a lot of them. We need to narrow that down. Let's see what we got. Rack isn't minding the business that she's already has. Kanan and Lulu are both stealing from exactly Kanan's. She still hasn't figured out that Kanan stole that money, and that's how Famous got his whole his apartment. And now she don't know that fucking Marvin went up there and stole the money. For what purpose? That still hasn't come up in conversation.
You mean Lulu?
Lulu. Also,
Marvin out here doing hits.
Also, but Marvin didn't tell Rock. So as I said, Marvin doesn't go, hey, Lulu taking money, for what? Like, what are you doing with said money?
And then what about that scene with Howard? And Howard was like, oh, I made a mistake.
My bad. Sorry.
My bad. She killed Scrappy for no reason. Because of you. Why isn't he dead yet?
Who?
Howard. Like, you she killed he needs to die.
I submit, once again, that's Raquel's fault. Because Raquel should have confirmed that her molester baby daddy, fucking Howard, it was telling the truth. Like we said, she made no efforts to be like, who's he talking to?
She sent Marvin to the cousin's house or whatever to do that investigation.
I'm like, we should have saw if a good business person would have been like, let me see the evidence, let me see something, like do a test.
But Marvin said to her that he didn't really believe that he did this. And so did Lulu. Lulu was like, I'm not even gonna address it. See? So she chose not to listen to them and do what she wants to do, which she does all the freaking time. Right. But I think at the end of this, she's gonna be killed by the Italians.
Raquel?
Yes, I think she's gonna die. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so that's right. I feel like they're going the Tariq route. I mean, sad to say. If this is supposed to be Kanan,
if they repeat the same thing, that's just ridiculous.
But as Howard pointed out to her, what happens when your son finds out all your lies and all your deception?
He's gonna be mad at her, but I don't know if he's gonna kill her.
I feel like It's gonna take something. It's gonna take something drastic to turn.
I think it's gonna be her enemies that kill her.
Well, when she finds out that she sent his other daddy to prison because was that what she was informing about?
Yeah, that's what I think. I think she sent.
Oh no, she did. That's fact.
To jail.
Yeah.
So she could take over. Yeah.
So, but
where have we seen that before?
Right. Also, to this point, his brother and that shitty ass scene that he was in, but we know he exists. His brother finding out that she was the informant and he working from jail to have her killed would be an awesome storyline.
Yeah.
To kind of bring this.
And what informants? They're supposed to be confidential. So why is everybody just talking in the police station like, oh yeah, that's an informant for so and so?
Yeah, that don't make any sense.
What?
And it was loud. Like they weren't even whispering. They were just like, yeah, straight up. Da 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 da. It's like, you're gonna get this person killed. Like, what's wrong with you?
I love how again the episode before that they were like, yeah, those that part of his official record is sealed because it's secret and we don't want to endanger people. And then this episode, like I said, just because I want to know, what is your need to know? I just want to know.
No, he said if you get my niece or something out of something.
Yeah, He has a family member.
Yeah, he did say that. Yeah, he did.
So I'm assuming her.
But why are you discussing that in the open station? You can't go into like one of those rooms and talk privately.
Now we're getting into every show where like, why are you having this public conversation so people can overhear you? But you're right. It don't make any damn sense. But also, so that got me. Oh shit, records. Burke's girlfriend / twin. And we'll discuss this on American Gigolo. Why is it that lesbian cops just can't connect to their partners? Because she's like, my mom.
We said that last week, remember? We talked about that. It's always that the lesbian cops cannot have a partner.
No, I mean
they're tough lesbians. Like, what?
No, I mean they're romantic partner. Like she's so focused on.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, no.
Yeah, we're talking about partners, like work partners, That's what we talked about last week.
Okay.
But this one, like her girlfriend is like, my mom fell and I need to go take care of her. And Burke's like, yeah, you go do that because I'm on the case of who's daddy and why. Thank you. I had to remind myself. Why didn't fucking Kanan confront his mom with the DNA record that he got from his daddy?
Because it has to be a whole big blown out thing.
And that should have been this episode as opposed to him getting asked 2 more times. But I'm right? Because next week she's gonna be like, Kanan, is there something you want to tell me, Kanan? No, mama. I need some condoms, but I'm not sure what you're talking about.
He'll be like, I got this rash.
I'm scared. Stacy, that's what I need. He's like, mama, I went to the bathroom and it burns, and I don't know why it burns. I was like, do you want to sit down and talk to me about something, Kanan? No, mom, I'm okay. And he talks to Famous. Why you got bumps on you, girl?
You better not talking to Marvin or Lou.
Right? But 2 things that should have happened. So Kanan should have confronted Raquel with the DNA tests. Howard should have told Raquel that he gave his son the DNA test. One of those should have happened. And Raquel should have went immediately to find Palomar and to murder her instead of trying to kill her boyfriend. Like,
which was ridiculous because
why was she trying to kill him?
Exactly. It made no sense. I was like, the dude has been protecting you and Kanan since the beginning. So why would you want? He's leaving.
For the fourth time.
But he's still leaving, which means that he's not a threat.
But then I see your point, but to your point, he's also an accomplice. Anything he says sends him to jail. So why would he be like, yes, I helped a person who tried to kill a cop escape across state lines. Yeah, I did that. Also, he don't even know who the daddy is. He doesn't know. So why is he like, I'm not answering no questions about Kanan's daddy. You don't know who the daddy is. So that's your answer. I don't know. I mean, he has a daddy. I guess he's black. He does have a daddy. I mean, but I don't know his daddy. Like,
wow.
None of that. You can't say something you don't know. Like right. That's not that hard, right? Like Howard is like, can you trust him? Why didn't Howard go kill him? He's not working. He's not working. He got his Trans Am and he can drive around and kill this dude and be done with it. because you're fucking my underage baby mama and you're threatening my son. You're trying to be the daddy that I should have been. There's whole other reasons he could kill Symphony. But I'm like, that's what should have happened while Raquel is defending her son against a cougar that took his ass at some point. And like just
his ass? Okay.
Well, you don't know what he did. Maybe she licked it. You don't know. She was like, let me show you something, boy. Let me show you how older women do it. I'm like, anyway.
That prostate, huh?
When he said when that milk killed the thing, he was like, baby, let me show you something. He was like, oh, that's why I'm staying. She's like, who wants to be normal? That's right. I can feel it, mama. He needs to call her mama before she dies. I need him to be like, she's making him breakfast. That's what I need to happen. I need her making him breakfast and feeding it to him. He's like, thank you, mama. Got some things going. Anyway, I'm sorry. Would y'all consider Raquel a snitch? No, she's talking to her baby daddy to keep from people finding out that they committed a crime, that they actually tried to shoot her.
When she was a CI, then yes.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And also because Kanan having a father who's a cop is not good for Kanan. It's not good for anybody. And
she tried, and they tried that last season. Howard was like, what if people finds out that he's a cop's kid or some shit?
Right. Yeah.
DEFCON was already in jail when Howard and Raquel got together. That's how Howard figured out Kanan was his son. What? No, no. DEFCON is dead by the time he figured out Kanan was his son. DEFCON is the reason why she was the CI, because they were trying to put DEFCON in jail. That's not how that happened. You guys are doing Cobra Kai? No. I stopped watching Karate Kid after Karate Kid 3. I'm good. Raquel feels like Symphony was cops because her and Kanan get back at what? I gotta read this. Raquel feels like Symphony snitched on her and Kanan by the cop. But that doesn't make sense because he specifically said, I didn't tell her anything.
Yes, and he went to her and said,
she don't believe him.
But even then, he's already told.
Why tell her anyway? Just leave.
Yeah,
because he loves her.
3 times. 3 this season. Mm-hmm. I gotta go, baby. I can't.
Who is requesting him? Like, what I want to know is who is requesting Symphony on the show? Because I'm like, okay, look, you did your job for the first season. You're done now. Get off the daggone show. I don't want to see you anymore. Like, you have no purpose anymore.
No.
He's clearly with Cartier, and Jesus, I don't want to see that sex scene.
Yo.
Don't want to see that.
Yo.
No.
Come on now. No. You don't want to see that big bear of a man on top of that woman?
No.
Oh man. I rather see that than fucking Palomar curled up with a 21-year-old. Like, acting or not, that really happened. All right. This grown ass woman was making out with a 21-year-old several times.
Yes, she did.
Because he was like, what's my line again? Oh, I forgot. Take 95. I can't figure this out. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. And he had on that strap because that joke was.
Oh, that shit. Yo.
Yes.
Absolutely. Like, hey, we need intimacy coordinator to teach him that, hey, certain things don't need to be happening. He's like, wait, it's be happening though, because I'm 21 and look at her.
And they make them wear those things,
the socks and stuff. Yeah. But I'm like, I still would have been like, what happened? Take 50. We'll pick this up after lunch.
Hold on, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
I'll be right back.
I
gotta work this out. We'll talk about that when we talk about Reasonable Doubt, because I was like, what? At 21 years old, playing a 16-year-old, he still looks young though. I mean, to his credit.
He still looks young. He does. He looks
because Raina, she could play a teenager still.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's hard to see her grown self doing grown stuff. So
she's like 22 now. And she does not look 22.
That's what I'm saying. So, but yeah, I could ask KGB's hope not. We don't need Ghost and Tommy in this raising Kanan. Yeah, it would be an insult at this point. Let's leave Ghost and Tommy alone. Let's not bring him to this bullshit. No. Iron, there's a rumor that a young Angie's supposed to be appearing next season. Angie should be there. An older Paz. I mean, if they're doing the universe correctly, Paz should be there. Papa and Mama that we never even heard about the Mama, like they should be there. So I mean, Juliana could be related to them. in some fucking crazy way. Like it could be cousins or something. I mean, like,
well, I thought she's Colombian.
oh,
Colombians and Puerto Ricans are not related
My
unless
bad.
they marry each other, and they usually don't.
yeah, I'm saying, you know, I'm saying,
Well, no, actually, my friend Maria did marry a Colombian. Yeah, well,
it's possible.
it's possible. Yeah,
Or neighbors. How about that?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying, but like, if we could introduce the broader universe family. I mean, again, I said several times, Kate could have came in, you know, for some cigarettes, and I mean a few times, and you don't have to see the kids. You can just see Kate, you know, and then you know that they're together.
yeah.
Talk about Dom messing up the job, killing Tony. Yeah, we did that. And getting Marco killed. We didn't know the guy's name. Now that Dom is gonna cook after him. Ghana got coke after him. Yeah, so that's not gonna work out. Like he definitely dead as fuck. And again,
And Marco dying, that is the mob boss. That's his son.
Yeah, that's not gonna be good for him.
But it's gonna be Marvin that they go after because Marvin paid Marco to do that.
Also true. So again, this kind of rules. Also, back to Newark, we still have not seen work done in Newark. Still.
I do have to say Joey Badass was being Joey Badass. I love his scene. I did. I liked his scene.
And I love he's like, Wody, you and I are the problems. Like that's why we're here. Like
Wody.
Oh, what's his name?
Worrell.
Don't be putting my Wody into this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you know that show got 2 seasons. P-Valley got 2 seasons. Renewed for 2 seasons.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yep. The problem is that Couture, is her name Couture?
Couture Hall.
She was having problems with the direction of the show. And she wanted what she wanted, and I think she got a little bit of what she wanted, and they were like, "Okay, we'll give you two renewals." Yes.
Oh, we definitely got to do some casting for that. It's that much of a difference between Kanan is 22 in real life because he's the same age as Michael Rainey. Oh. Yeah, right. Tariq is legit like 2022. Like he's not that older either. But when we saw his bird ass chest sex scene, I was like, or just the mention of, I was like, let's not ever do this again.
But Kanan has a bird chest too. I mean,
he's
a little more tone than Michael Rainey. Yes,
he's more tone and more bass, and he's only 50.
Yeah, that's true. He does,
and he's only 16.
But Michael's not gonna have the bass. Some men don't have bass in their voice. It's just fact.
I know, I got you. If I'm a steal your man was a person, it had to be Palomar.
Yeah, I mean,
that was hard. This can't be the first time, right? I mean,
it was the way they had her made up. Like normally they always have her like with light hair. Like on different shows they have her light hair and all that stuff. This one, she was very dark and seductive, and I was like, "You go, girl! Look at you."
I was like,
I wasn't happy that she was seducing a youngin, but I liked her appearance. Like she looked very sultry.
And I agree. She almost had like a young lady, but still sexy grown look. That's what I'm saying. Like her hair down, like she could have been a high school girl, but she's like I'm young at heart. Like you can see Raquel that they try to do her up to be like I'm a grown ass mature woman. You know what I'm saying? So the way they did her hair, like kind of gave her that little younger vibe.
Right.
People getting mad when I say Raquel meeting Palomar will remind me of Monet and Carrie. I can see that.
I can see
that. Yeah, and Professor, aka Professor Hotbox. That's fucked up. I mean, she had a medical issue. Raquel gonna warn Palomar, stay the hell away from Kanan, and she won't listen. I can see. I think any parents will do this. Like any reasonable parent will confront said parents. It's just that in her situation, you know, she's like, I'm bringing guns and family members.
Yes. She needs to be threatened. Absolutely.
So Kim, as our resident parents of 2 sons.
Yep.
How would you handle the situation?
Oh, I would have been in her face. I told you I had a coworker at Verizon who wanted to smash my 15-year-old. And she was lusting after him. I was like, I will kill you where you stand. What are you talking about? She was like, I remember she gave me a ride home, and my son came out of the house, and she was like, "Oh, who is that?" She had never saw my son, and she was like, "Oh, who is that?" Now, mind you, I had a boyfriend who lived in the house with me. So I'm like, bitch, that could have been my boyfriend. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
she was our resident. She was married for she's been married like 40 years now, right? She got married at like 16. She's a very young looking woman. She had 5 kids, all of that. She's a good looking woman. But she has that mentality that she can get any man she wants and all of that kind of thing.
That's
so
cool.
she was like all in my son's face. I was like, oh my God. So no, yeah. I was willing to fight her if she didn't shut the fuck up about my kid. Yeah. So she apologized. She was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you better be, bitch. Because if you and I got out the car, I was like, don't fuck with my kid. Period. And she was like, I was just playing. I was just playing. No, you wasn't, bitch. Yeah. No, you wasn't.
She's like, they who's not babysitting.
Exactly.
So Symphony and Tony gone for good now. No, Tony's gone for good now. Symphony's still going until he gets a bullet in his head. He's still on the table.
Okay, I have a question.
What's up?
You know your girlfriend's car. You know your girlfriend's license, right?
I don't think that was her car. Because she typically drives that Range Rover.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true. Okay.
That's true.
That's true. You're right, Stacey. Because I was about to say.
That's what Terry said. That's what Terry said. How the fuck you not know your woman just drove past you?
Right. But the car is different. That's
but
true.
she did have some sense to sync up the car. But her eyes were big as fuck. One day they're like,
yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Like she do some crack. Like what she like?
She does have big eyes though.
I'm like, no, that scene, she looked scary. Or high
she was scared. I mean, think about it. She loves him. So she didn't, really, I think she was a little nervous, right?
All right. I'm saying, I mean, they did good. I don't know about look. I mean, but she was like, oh shit. She's like, I don't want to give it up like that. And she's like, when did I say no to you? Motherfucker, I asked you to move into my house. She still has not told Kanan or anyone that she bought a house. Like,
the HOA ain't gonna let her move in.
Of course not. They're gonna be like, she looks like a drug dealer. That's because she is a drug dealer. Apparently, it has slept with her daughter's boyfriend before. That's how I took it too.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But then why did she say, well, you need to learn sooner or later? So is that the first time she got caught?
Also good point. And, or what I thought she said that Kane, like she showed Kane she needs to learn it.
No, she told her daughter, you need to learn sooner or later, or whatever.
Yeah, so maybe
she needs to learn basically is that women will take your man, and I'm your mother. I took your man, so you need to watch out for women taking your man.
I'm just trying to help
that's a hell of a way to teach a child, right? Jesus.
Palomar's scene with Kanan reminded me of Tasha's scene with Sean, but particularly when he was ignoring her, like when she was putting her after she rejected him, and he's like, "Well, fuck you, I'm moving on," and she's like, "I gotta get his attention." She's like, "Hey, Sean, could you help me with this?" And he's like, "I'm good. I got to get up out of here and do Keisha. You need anything?" And she was like, "Never mind. They put these titties away. You say you see me as a big sister. Never mind." Yep. But I was like, I feel like they were inspired by that scene because it was very, 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 very similar. Also, she didn't wear no clothes to begin with. That's how she opens the door. What
parent opens the door like that to a kid? Like, what?
So funny. One that wants to fuck him.
Yes, very true.
Funny you should bring this up. So in high school, I was dating a young lady. Oh, and my mom and I went to their house because like a smart it. It was a family dinner because that's what you do, right? Like you date a woman, your mom brings, we're all sitting there, right?
Yeah.
And her mother was sitting up there like in some type of like smoking jacket. Her titties were out, like she was not wearing a bra, and you could see it. Like she like it's like a V-neck, so you can see cleavage. And I'm like, what the fuck? And my mom was like, what the fuck? And then her daughter was like, what the fuck? Like it was a weird situation. Like my poor friend, like she grew up with a mother like Palomar, like in the sense of attention. Like I'm like, but clearly she was competing with her daughter. It was a real fucked up. But yeah, I was
terrible. Yeah.
And my mom was like, damn it. Like, what the hell? What is this? I'm like, I don't know. But I was like, yeah, it was crazy.
It had to be uncomfortable for your mother because I would have been uncomfortable. Like,
yeah.
What are you doing?
And oddly enough, they became friends. I mean, decades. I mean, they were, they worked it out, but she was just like, this ain't, this ain't role model material. Then you can see it affected her daughter in different ways.
Right.
What if Connie mad because she didn't get to join? I see your point. I mean, I don't. You know what? With these writers, I could have seen her being like, you know what? I should have got it first, but let's just work this out. When we getting that 50 Cent cameo in Raising Kanan, want to see a scene with him running into Kanan, with Kanan having a warning. But I don't trust people in the game. That would be hilarious. I can see his ego trying to pull that off. I can see him somehow. If he could make a character where we would not just be like, "Fuck you, Kane," of 50 Cent, he would do it. I would not put that past him. He could ghost himself. He could be like, I saw a future vision of myself that said, "Beware of Ghost." Ghost will come for you. I was like crazy. Anyway, come on, let's wrap this shit up. We gotta get to another gigolo, which is American Gigolo. Kim, anything else for this episode?
No, I hated it.
That should be that would have been a good meme for this. Stacey. All right, then. Speechless. Look at that. Speechless. I was like, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I don't know what I'm watching.
I couldn't believe it. I was just like,
this can't.
And I really thought that they was gonna show some others like riding and
right, like how far you
I was like,
right?
Please don't do that. Please do it the way you do Tariq scenes, because I don't want to see. Like I literally still don't want to see. I know Michael Rainey is over 20 now. I know that, but I don't want to see him like in the midst of. Not yet. Give him till he's in.
Never. In any role.
Because he's gonna always look like little Tariq, like
because he ain't got the body for it. Like this Kanan, he has.
He's a bigger guy though, right?
Yeah,
he's a bigger guy. Yeah,
that's what I'm just saying. I'm like, but like he looked like a man laying there next to this woman. I mean, I was like, all right, but I like Tariq. He just like you remember Old School? Do you just remember Old School? Like the skinny Road Trip. That's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
The skinny white kid in Road Trip, and he got that big black girl, and I was like. That's what Tariq reminds me of, and I was like, hilarious. Anyway, I'm sorry. I could see Monet doing something like that to Diana if she was nicer person, and Mary J. Blige was more comfortable with sexies. That's not even happening in the universe. And character wise, that makes no sense. Like that Monet would not go that far. She definitely don't want Diana to have anything, but she ain't gonna sleep with Tariq to keep Tariq away from Diana. That's not no. Rest in pepperoni, Marco.
There was a lot of pizza in this episode.
It was a lot of food because Marvin loves to eat.
Marvin loves food. So
and in book one, Kanan said he messed. So support gaming. What episode did he say he messed with an underage girl? I again, S.J. Smith told me about it. I can't remember the scene. Like the if you happen to remember the episode, put it in the chat or please comment and leave the episode. I would like to remember that because once again he made no reference to the older woman he was with because none of this stuff was even written then, right? Like they were making all this stuff up.
Yeah.
And it's like there's no connection. Anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you find the thumbnail hilarious. It was hilarious for me to make. So I told you it's a pile of shit in a trash can. Marvin gonna die by or someone you don't know. But anyway, we will get to all that. We're gonna talk about American Gigolo that also had eating in it. And we'll get that very soon. And then we're gonna talk about Reasonable Doubt episodes 1 and 2. That was gonna be fun. Also, again, personal messages, please email us. We will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you. It was Power season 2. I remember that. He mentioned it to Dre and Tommy. Thank you. Season 2, Dre and Tommy. All right. I thought it was with Tariq, but that makes more sense. It seems more appropriate that he's talking to those two.
Do you believe that Kanan and Tariq are the same? Yes, I don't get that. What do you mean? Are the same in what way? Because they're teenagers?
Well, no, I think so. When Courtney Kemp was interviewed on The Crew,
Yeah.
She said that their storylines are similar. That's why Kanan bonded with Tariq so much, because he saw himself in Tariq. And you, now that they're rewriting history or they are trying to map.
Well, I guess you could say that because Tariq wanted to learn the game, and so did Kanan. Kanan wanted to learn the game, and his mother said yes, but Tariq's parents said no, until his mama said yes.
Right.
Right.
And how did Tariq's story end? Killed said drug parent.
Yes.
So it's anyway. So that's what. Yeah, that's. I think maybe it could be referring to what Courtney said. I would say that. The gift. All right. Thank you guys very much.